Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Farina Najam from Division of Arts and Social Sciences, University of Education, Lahore. The course title is Advanced Drawing. Dear student, our topic is about creative drawing with figure. First of all, what is drawing in art? In fine arts, the term drawing is defined as the linear realization of visual objects, concepts, emotions, and fantasies, including symbols and even abstract forms. Drawing is an art which is characterized by an emphasis on form or shape rather than mass and color as in painting. What is creativity? Artistic ability includes skills and talent to create fine works of art, painting, drawing, sculpting, musical composition, etc. Creativity ability is the skill and talent to use our imagination to create and solve. A better artist is creative. Figure drawing. A figure drawing is a drawing of the human form in any of its various shapes and postures using any of the drawing media. The term can also refer to the act of producing such a drawing. The degree of representation may range from highly detailed, anatomically correct renderings to loose and expressive sketches. The human figure is one of the most enduring themes in the visual arts, and the human figure can be the basis of portraiture, illustration, sculpture, medical illustration, and other fields. Figure drawing. Gesture drawing. Gesture drawing is a method of capturing figures in exaggerated poses. A gesture drawing is a laying in of the action, form, and pose of a model figure. Typical situation involve an artist drawing a series of poses taken by a model in a short amount of time, often as little as 10 seconds or as long as 5 seconds. 5 minutes. Goal of gesture drawing. Ultimately, the goal of all gesture is to study the figure and see how it moves. The human body is very complex, and gesture attempts to simplify the body as much as possible. Example of gesture in a figure drawing. Goals of gesture. There are different goals to achieve with gesture drawing depending on what you are practicing. You can do quick sketches of 30-60 seconds with a goal of quickly capturing the mood. Or you can work much longer with an eye for realism. Quick sketches are loose with very few lines. What is human posture? In humans, one of the means of communication is to posture of the body. In addition to facial expressions, personal distance, gestures, and body movements. How do you draw a good posture? sitting while drawing, writing. Feet are flat on the floor or a step, stool, or a stack of books. Knees are at the same level as the hips. Arms bent at the elbow rest on the tabletop. Shoulders are relaxed, not scrunched up toward the ears. The ideal nude. The influence of the great Italian Renaissance artist Michelangelo spread far beyond his own time. His red chalk study for one of the figures on the Sistine Chapel ceiling is an extraordinary example of his conception of the idealized male nude. In making his drawing, Michelangelo depended both on the life model and on his understanding of the idealized anatomy of classical sculpture. Although the two poses are very different, both have forward curving torsos that emphasize the muscles of the chest and abdomen. The pose comes from a famous fragment of classical sculpture that both artists knew. The Belvedere torso. Figure drawing by Michelangelo. Ballet dancers drawing by Degas. Figure drawings by Saeed Akhtar. For Saeed Akhtar, drawing from life has been an essential tool of exploration before he starts with his oil paintings. Saeed Akhtar solo exhibition called Sketchbook is simply brilliant to say the least. Encompassing our 150 works on paper in graffiti, pastel and charcoal. Qamar Siddiqui, Pakistani artist. In his artist statement, Siddiqui stated that his use of colors is highly symbolic, with white representing purity and red signifying the material world. In that context, the white Hikun figures suggest almost a fatal quality, and in the few paintings where the stylized faces are visible, their expressions appear serene. In this particular series, the color red makes its way into the canvas in the form of red high heels in one painting. Maria Khan. Maria Khan. The woman Maria Khan draws is not the idealized woman. In her work, Khan draws a portrait of womanhood rather than a single woman. Her work is commentary on the state of women in Pakistan as an object of desire, but also someone who can be manipulated and exploited. Her saying, "As a woman, I can't help but constantly be drawn into the expectation of looking perfect." Her work